Hey guys, Riot here, and today I'm back with another Dueling Book Dummy. Last episode, our record was 3 wins and 1 loss. Pretty good so far, but how will we fare today? Spoiler alert, not good. But before we get into the duels, I figure I go over the deck just so that everyone is up to speed with it. On screen, I'll be hovering over each card for you all to see. I have Cyberjar, Dark Elf, Jinzo, Morphing Jar. Number 2, Mushroom Man number 2, the Bistro Butcher, 7 Colored Fish, Aquamadur, 2 copies of Blue Winged Crown, 3 Jirochin Kuwagata, 2 Harpy Ladies, and 2 Sky Scouts. In my first couple duels, I kept having Messenger of Peace up, which is fine. But when all my monsters have 1,500 or more attack points, and Messenger of Peace making it so that they can't attack, it kinda sucks a bit. That's why I have Mushroom Man number 2, the Jars, and 2 Harpy Ladies in there. Next, I have 3 Black Pendants, 3 Chain Energy, 2 Fishers, a Gravekeeper's Servant, 2 Horn of the Unicorns, 2 Nuzzlers, the Singular Messenger of Peace and Rush Recklessly, 3 Tolls, 3 Upstarts, a Horn of Heaven, and a Solemn Judgment. I have a lot of attack boosters in there. Gotta have them, honestly. Lot of meta decks have powerful monsters, and I honestly need to compete. That's why I also have Toll, Chain Energy, Messenger of Peace, and Gravekeeper's Servant in there. I would prefer to go first and draw my floodgates, but if I don't, hopefully I get a strong beater and some equip spells to use on it. The side deck isn't much, just some more beaters and attack boosters for the most part. The most interesting card, though, is Eternal Rest. It's a spell that destroys all monsters equipped with equip spells. If I'm really down bad, I could equip all of my opponent's monsters with stuff and then Eternal Rest them, essentially having a Raigeki at home. Other than that, though, the extra deck isn't anything, so let's hop right in. My first opponent was using Memento. To be honest, I never faced this deck before. I've seen it online, obviously, but I never had faced it until now, so I was just wondering what was going on half the time. Unfortunately for me, even more, I went second and drew a hand perfect for going first. Lady Luck really not liking me right now, it seems. As for the duel itself, all I can say is that my opponent goes through what I can only describe as the basic Memento combo. However, what I do know is that once he got to his Creation King fusion monster, it was pretty much all over for me. The only effect that matters is that he can target any number of Memento monsters he controls and an equal number of cards I control, then destroy them. This would be all fine and dandy, if not for the effect being a quick effect. No matter what, I was done for, especially since I didn't draw another equip spell. I maybe could have baited him to use the effect, but he could just keep the fusion on board, and I still have nothing to beat over it.
My record is now 3-2, and I got more duels to look forward to. If you're wondering, by the way, why the duel went so fast, it's because I sped it up. It literally took several minutes for my opponent to go through that combo, only for me to concede. Also, I had to switch up my AI voice again, so apologies on that. Anyway, it's technically a new day, as I only recorded 1 duel that night. I got too tired to continue and wanted to sleep. Either way, though, my next opponent was playing Snake Eyes Kashtira. I'll tell you now, I definitely conceded once I saw Snake Eyes. If it was just Kashtira, or maybe just good stuff, maybe I could have had a good duel, but at this point, no way I can beat it, especially if it's on Fiendsmith. My opponent goes first and plays Fenrir, using his effect to get a unicorn before passing. Honestly, I thought that he had bricked or just messed up the combo or whatever, so I subsequently thought that I had a chance. That's why I set Morphing Jar, and then played Toll and Gravekeeper's Servant. Unfortunately, Snake Eyes Ash hit the field on my opponent's next turn, and that's where I conceded. I'm not subjecting myself to a 10-minute turn. I'm not gonna let you all sit through that. And honestly, I'd rather just get to more duels, so let's go on to the next one. Let me know, by the way, if you guys prefer the duels to be cut down or sped up. I figure I speed them up so that you all could see the entire duel. And if you're really interested in actually watching them, you could slow the video down to watch them. Anyhow, my third duel overall had my opponent on Gem Knights. They had gotten recent support, and I genuinely was curious as to what the support did, if anything. Unfortunately, whatever the new support did was trivial at best, because at the end of the day, my opponent summoned a big beater, and my hand was filled with monsters. I have 17 monsters in this deck, and I pull a handful of them, and a single Chain Energy, thanks Konami. I just activated Chain Energy and set a monster before passing. Although it's not like it even mattered, to be fair. My opponent summoned a 2200 beater and did a lot of damage to me. Sure, I pulled Nuzzler and got my Sky Scout up to 2500 attack. But my opponent could just kill me on the crackback. Although, what was dumb of them is that I told them about that fact, and yet they still wanted to do some flashy combo. To save myself the trouble, I just conceded and left. For future reference, everyone, if you can just kill your opponent, just kill them. If you do some wacky combo, even though you got lethal, you deserve to get punished. My next two duels weren't anything spectacular, to be honest. The first duel was against Tenpai, which, to be fair, I wouldn't beat anyhow, even if Morphing Jar number 2 would resolve. I just conceded that game because there was no shot I would win. The other duel, though, was against Weather Painters. It was interesting to see what they did exactly, as I kinda knew what they were about, but never really cared too much about learning what they exactly did. Either way, though, I did get blown out by the deck. I can't really do much to a deck that can bounce my stuff, negate my stuff, and search for cards that can help do one of the former two actions. I'm not going to show you the duels in their entirety, especially the Tenpai duel since I conceded 2 minutes into the duel. However, with these two losses, along with the others, I am currently 3-5, which means that I should try to get a win at some point, right? Well, I decided to do 4 more duels and test my luck. Want to guess how many I lost? Want to know how many I won? Write in the comments section how many you think I won. I'll give you a few seconds to guess. If you said that I would win 0 out of the next 4 duels, well, you would be wrong. The first of 4 was using Branded Bysteel, which I gotta say, he was not doing a good job. I may have been bad too. I probably should have explained Morphing Jar number 2 better, but this guy let me live on numerous occasions. I eventually did lose, but I put up a good fight. The second duel only lasted 3 turns, like any modern-day Yu-Gi-Oh match. He was playing Ryzeal and destroyed my Messenger of Peace. It was done after that, basically. The third duel, however, I still lost, but they were on some weird level 8 spam Galaxy Eyes deck. I thought it was just big bunguses for a hot minute. I don't know what else to say here, though, as the duel didn't last long either. They summoned 2 4K monsters, and there was no card in my deck AI'd from Messenger of Peace that could win me the duel. Hell, even if I had it, I doubt it would do much for me in this situation, so I just ended up conceding. Now, if you've been counting and have a better memory than myself, then you would know that this is the 4th and final duel of this group. And as I mentioned earlier, I won one of these 4 duels, so that must mean I won this duel. But Riot, how did you win this duel? I'll tell you, humble viewer. My opponent left. Yep. They just left after my turn. Hey, a win's a win. They even spoke in the Dueling Book chat box, so it's not like they were not there. They were actively participating in the duel and did the rock, paper, scissors game with me, so now I'm 4-8. I opened up my 2 fresh packs of Tournament Pack 1, and I decided on opening 3 packs of Metal Raiders. I got some decent cards in it, some including Axe Raider and Summon Skull. Here is what the deck looks like now. To give a brief glimpse at it, I will go over it in more detail in the next episode, but yeah, I definitely needed to change it up, and thank God I did after that last duel cause, my God, does it suck. Anyhow, I'm going to end it here, so I will see you all next week, hopefully with a voice that I don't have to change midway through the video. I will see you all later in the next episode. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and to ring the bell to get notified on the latest episode. Peace.